up? What up? It's your boy Cruz here. We back. Hidden Hands in the building. I got my brother Trav with me. What's up, Trav?
Yep, as always. How's it going, bro?
Hey, man, we making it do what it do, baby.
Yep. Know what that mean?
Hey, man, great conversation last episode. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the family, E-Mix.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to your man,
Preston
Preston.
Reed. Preston Prizzy Reed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great episode, great conversation. One of the things that inspired us after that, and just like, we had a off-camera conversation of kind of the journey, man, and like, in this business, like we touched on before, of like, lasting in this game and dealing with the ups and downs and being resilient.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's important in surviving this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, my idol is Jimmy Iovine. Only part of the story that you hear of Jimmy when you watching a documentary or you doing your research is you see that he started as an engineer, then he started producing, then he started doing, all these different things to climb up the ladder, and now he's this billionaire executive. But you don't get the nitty gritty, like all the shit that he went through, all the like, heartache, the disappointments, the having to regroup and reset. You know what I'm saying? Having that a level of responsibility, these different opportunities that he was dealing with, at the various levels on his come up.
Yeah, because he was he signed artists while he was still an assistant and started pushing artists. You know what I mean? So it's like even with doing that at that point in your career, you know what I mean? Like that's not an easy feat. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I've ever seen that in my time in the industry. Have seen an assistant be assisting and have his own artist doing sessions in the studio next door or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, he's definitely a legend. But it's just interesting though, because we get these stories of these guys, the L.A. Reids, the Quincy Joneses, all these like super legendary executives. And being a part of this business is very cutthroat. Like we said before, it's wild, wild west. There is no union. There's no. You're not necessarily protected. There is standard practice on some level, but just overall, bro, you got to be a dog in this shit.
Yeah, there's no place you're going to fill out your application. There's no HR.
Yeah,
there's none of this stuff. I mean, there might be within certain labels,
the building,
within inside labels. But I mean, you as a freelancer, there's no HR unless you have your own company with, you know what I mean. But there's nowhere for you to really. It's kind of like you're just out here doing it. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, let's speak on it though, man. I mean, in our position, you know what I'm saying, from our come up of going from the intern to where we're at now and having been attached to some incredible brands and the things we've been able to do with that and accomplish, but even still being where we're at and still building and still grinding, like it's a constant hustle.
It's a It's a constant hustle. It's constant figure it out.
Yeah.
And I was talking to somebody about that the other day. I was trying to explain how it's a funny thing when people think that it gets easier as the more successful you get.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. It's difficult at every level of your career. It's gonna be a challenge and it's gonna be something that you gotta figure out.
Yeah.
But it's funny because people think like they'll see like the intern come in and they're like, oh well, I'm an intern, I can't wait to be the next guy, I can't wait to be the assistant. You know what I mean? And then when they're assistant, oh man, I can't wait to be the engineer because then I could do this and I have time to do that. Oh man, now I want to produce because then I have time to do that. And then but really at each step, it's going to be the same to a degree. It's not, you're not going to be doing the same job, but you're going to have the same amount of challenges to figure out.
Yeah.
You're going to have to give the same amount of time. You have to put the same amount of effort. You know what I mean? It's just, what I think happens is you have people who say like, okay, that person's making this kind of money. They can drive these kind of cars. So I can't wait to get there. And then they kind of assume that it's an easier position because of the success that they have.
Yeah, no.
But it's really not, man. Every level you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this game is a figure it out thing.
No, for sure.
From when I was a intern, I had to figure out how to become an assistant. You know what I mean? And then after that I had to figure out, and then it never got to the point where it was like, oh, now I'm at this point where it's easy. Like even now that I'm at the point where you travel and I'm so far from where I was as an assistant, the challenges still stay the same. Figuring out it's just different and larger on a larger scale.
Larger scale, yeah. Bigger responsibilities as you go. Like, that's part of your growth. That's part of, what we're asking for and praying for. With these bigger opportunities come bigger struggles, come bigger, like more money, more problems is the best way, in terms of just like, the way to put it of like, that's true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More money, more problems, more responsibility, more headache.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it doesn't mean that and the thing about it is more money, more problems. Sometimes I feel like some people can take that phrase and use it in terms with happiness and sadness. And to me, that phrase has nothing to do with being happy. And then they say more money, more happy, more money, less happy, more problems, less happy, less problems, more happy. Like, that ain't how it works in my eyes. In reality, it's more problems, more solutions. So that's what you have to come up with. So you could be just as happy with 100,000 problems. You could be the same happy person with the 3 problems. You know what I mean? And it's like, so it's like, yeah, the more money brings more problems, but those problems are good problems. You just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just gotta...
that perspective is key, man, because you could sit here and mope around and, woe is me and be the victim all day. But what are we going to do to fix that? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, what's the solution to this problem? There's a solution to every problem. But then you get the people, and I think this kind of like is a good segue into just the type of energy you keep around you and on your journey. Like, people that are adding value, like, because, I mean, we're in a crazy time, as we touched on, you know what I'm saying? And, you keep people that are like low vibration people that are just constantly just, you know what I mean? Like,
woe is me. They always upset. Something always happening in their life.
Shit is always, and we all go through shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, what's the fix? Like, how are we getting to it? How are we gonna come out on the other side, on the winning side? It's always a way, and just keeping that good energy, that positive energy, around. And that's why I pride myself on not, if you look at my call log, it's the same 4 or 5 people every day, just constantly just in communication. Of course, there's going to be business calls and things like that, or
the same core
stuff.
that you're
but
tapping
the core
in with.
that I'm tapping in with daily is feeding the right energy. We exchanging the right vibe, to help each other on this thing, because, and also just being around people, and it's cliche, but it's like, bro, people that have been in it, that can tell you from experience things to look out for. Like, I'm big on like OG energy. Like, my brother Guru, I'm tapped in with him constantly. Cannon, shout out to Cannon. All the OG executives that have been in the trenches, you know what I'm saying, that have gone through all this shit that we're talking about, and can, reason with you in a way, or explain things to you in a way where it's like, oh, I'm not the only one that went through these things, and this is how we dealt with it when it was, when we were faced with these adversities and things like that. It's very important. Having the low vibration around you, and you trying to, it's like what Snoop said, bro, you trying to pick somebody up that's down here, and you're here trying to progress, you got to come down here to meet them. If they're not trying to figure out how to come up to meet you, you know what I'm saying? Like, he said it the best. Like, I mean, it's very draining and time consuming dealing with these energies and dealing with this type of stuff.
I like to keep people around me that I don't, because being an engineer and moving the way that I move, and having the knowledge I have of studio and music and what I could do for records, I know that people are gonna want something from me. You know what I'm saying? I know that people are gonna want, so I need to be motivated to get there and do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep people around me that when I'm coming in contact with them first, I'm getting that motivation. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know, okay, after I'm done dealing with you, my initial people, I'm gonna go out and deal with these people. So I gotta have my energy up to deal with them, because they want something from me. You know what I mean? So I try to keep my inner circle, the people that I touch bases with on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure we're like-minded, and we're and you don't got to be happy every day, because I hate that shit too.
No, that's
the fake happy
that's
every
fake.
day.
That's fake.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's cool to be. It's cool to accept that, you have issues, you're dealing with things, it's heavy, right? You can't ignore that. But your attitude, like you were talking about earlier, and how you're facing your day to day. If there's an issue, if you're worried about your balance, if you're worried about, you know what I'm saying, your work life, issues that you're having at the crib, like, are you gonna just wallow in that and allow yourself to tank? You know what I'm saying? Because it's only gonna lead to addictions and just being a vibe that people don't want to be around, and you know, like, you're just projecting all this like negativity and bad energy, and now more than ever, like, you know, easier said than done, but we need to find like what's that happy medium of, like, of course I'm dealing with stuff and I have people I could tap in with, which is important to be able to vent and talk and work through issues, but like, you having the mentality of like, all right, yeah, this is what's going on, but how are we getting to it? How are we going to fix the problem? You know what I'm saying? You know, because I mean, where are you going to go from here? You know what I mean? Like, we gotta find a way out.
Yeah. And that's what I mean by hard at every level within your career is that's kind of the mindset is where am I going to go from here? And I have to find a way out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we fight for, I always tell people when you're trying to do something, you're fighting for a way in, and then you have to fight for a way out. You know what I'm saying? You're not just gonna get because you can get out by getting fired, you can get out by getting left behind, but if you want to be at some point setting yourself up to get out, you know what I'm saying? Like of each position. I'm talking about when I say get out, I mean at each position. So to use in engineer terms, when you become an assistant, if there's nobody else ever behind you, you're the greatest assistant in the world, and this person has a better value with you assisting, then it's on you to figure out how to become their engineer. You can't expect them to say, hey, I'm gonna move you up now. No, because you're useful at this position, so they're gonna keep using you at this position, and you asked to be used at this position.
Yes.
So it's on you to figure out, hey, okay, now I got here, now how can I get out and get to the next position and get to the next position? Because a lot of times you're binded by your skill set. You know what I mean? So I just feel like that's why it's difficult at every level. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the piece that wakes you up at every level. It's get in, get out. Okay, you get in here, you sit here you did this for 3 years, but this may have been great in the first 3 years, but if you do this for 20 years, are you good still?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
You didn't take the time to figure a way out. So now you just did that for 20 years and you're washed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing to stand on, nothing to, you know what I mean? So
so I actually this is a good combo. I want to tap in my business partner Mone. You know, man, I don't think he gets enough credit for what he's done in the city of Philly. Always boots on the ground with the talent, always early. You know, but again, like I don't think he's gotten like the proper just due or respect. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been working together for years. We've done some amazing shit, but I just feel like, you know, especially like, you know, with some of the people that we've come in contact that have some of these positions like A&Rs and the whole nine, it's like, bro, my brother right here he's one of them ones. And I think that, you know, he's a great one to talk about some of what we've been dealing with here, what we've been trying to touch on. So me tap it.
Yeah, let's check it out, man. Let's see what he's talking about, man.
I got my brother Mone on the phone, man. You right here on Hidden Hands. You know, me and Mone talk every day. I was just telling me and Trav how was the conversation just about kind of, you know, the peaks and valleys.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, we were kind of talking about how at every level of your career in the music game, it doesn't get, I don't want to say it doesn't get easier, but it's just as difficult. It's just as many challenges to figure out. Versus some people look at it like, okay, now you got to this step, it should be easy for you now. Okay, you got here, it should be easy now. But it doesn't get easier. I was saying it's the executives that have moved up the ladder, it's just as hard for them to figure out the game as it is for the new kid coming in as an intern trying to figure out the game. You know what I mean? They're just at different levels. What you saying?
I agree with that 1,000%, man. I feel like I'm on my 9th life, like a cat, man.
Yeah.
Because it almost seems like you got to die for something else to happen good.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
I'm telling you,
that's
bro.
true. That's
I
true.
ain't gonna lie.
It almost seems like you got to rebuild it. You got to do
it's
something like it's a reconstruction after a certain. at each level it comes with a level of reconstruction.
Yeah,
Right, right, right.
1,000%.
Nothing just keeps going wave. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it hasn't been like that for me.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was telling him
It's like-
before we jumped on, just gave him your background of being, you know, like one of the most underrated and I feel like underappreciated out of the city of Philly. You know, like all the time you put in with a lot of acts early in their career. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the shit that you've had your hands in. And us being in the industry, moving and shaking the way we do, and seeing some of these people that's in particular positions. We're not haters by nature, but just you know what I mean.
Call
Calling a spade a spade.
Right.
You know what I mean, and you
I feel like
should
us
definitely
as
be in a better spot. You know what I mean?
right. I feel like, and this self-reflection, I think everybody don't know how to appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because even us, we probably the shit that's given to us, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We overlook it.
Yeah.
So like I don't, and Philly just another like theory. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
People think as soon as they get an opportunity, they gotta hurry up and snatch it and grab it. Man, it's a wicked game, man. But I definitely it's peaks and valleys, more valleys than peaks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely more.
I feel like I've been resilient because I've been staying the same. Like
Yeah.
like my passion is my passion. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
And I'm learning that too. Like a lot of people miss out the opportunity to fuck with me or be, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because they all make the U-turn.
Right. No, that's
what
a
it's
fact.
been like.
That's a fact.
They all make the U-turn. They go deal with this person,
Mm-hmm.
fall out, and then slowly but surely start liking your posts and get into the DM. Like, yo, bro, what you working on?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, trust me.
So,
And we done dealt with some stuff, man. Like, me and Mone, we created, the motivation music together. It's been well over 5-6 years now. We got an incredible roster, but it's been a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? We clipped a couple people, we mutually terminated a couple things. Like we've been through it all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we have conversations all the time, like maybe what could have been done different, and having like opportunities to really learn from the shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, what can we do better? Like, how can we avoid this type of thing? Or yo, you did that. You were wrong when you put it together like this, or whatever the case. Like, really, really having like coaching moments internally. Because like I said, like I only talk to a couple people consistently, and in my phone I have hundreds of contacts, and it's only probably 3 or 4 people I talk to every day, and me and Mone tap in literally every single day, and do check-ins and just what we doing, what's the next move, like you know what I mean, what's the play for the day, what call we got to make, what's the business that we got to sort, you know what I'm saying, like just keeping each other in check and keeping each other inspired and motivated, and that's so important in this type of industry, man. Like it's so cutthroat, it's so vicious, to have thorough and solid ones in your corner, and understanding like, that's more important than a lot of things. Like, you know what I mean? Like having somebody that, that you could lean on, that have conversations with, and be able to grow and learn, and you know what I'm saying? And it's been a journey, man. Like it's been a journey, it's been a lot, but it's like I think we've learned a lot. I think we're just really getting started. If you really think about all the shit that we had to kind of like go through and weed through, and coaching opportunities and all that stuff, and now we're kind of like we're in like a stronger position mentally. The information that we've gained, the resources, you know what I mean? Like we're in a way different spot. So I kind of look at it like, I don't know how you look at it more, but I kind of look at it like we kind of like,
I mean, we learning in the job, like
learning on the job,
a manual for real.
Yeah,
but it's checks and balance that we hold ourselves to, like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
we say what type of program we want to run, basically.
Yeah, for sure. What's some of the stuff like I want you, cause like bro, like I ain't gonna lie, man. The game be, you know what I mean, like the game that Mone, like the ideas, the game, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like he just like constantly has ideas and vision. You know what I'm saying? Just maybe if it's just something just on the topic of the ups and downs and like you know what I mean, like I don't know, like just keeping kind of like the positive mentality. Because one thing I was talking about was, you know, trying to stay from being that guy that's like the low vibration energy that's always like,
Right.
woe is me and you the victim and like, yo, but what are we doing to correct this? Like, what's the move? Like, how are we gonna get out of this funk? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you could speak on that.
Man, that was a lot, but
My
I
fault.
be, you know,
Yeah, that
sometimes
nigga
it's
a
hard to
debate
be
question.
Yeah,
the
my
one to
fault.
motivate.
Yeah.
Yeah. The motivation might need some motivating, but like I think like that'll change if we get some solid mentors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And pe- you know, everybody just spinning you in this game. That's what I feel like. You know what I mean? The
Spin is
busy
real.
rap, but um, damn, that's a lot though. A
Yeah,
lot to
because nah,
take
that
in.
was
But like,
we talked
I
about
try to
that.
just be positive, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, they call my line. You know, if it's some stuff that I gotta disagree with, I'm gonna disagree. But most part, I'm gonna be optimistic. Like, no, you know, all you gotta do is this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Be that driving force sometimes, because
Yeah.
you just never know. You never know everything.
Right. No, it's always room to learn, and you know that's what I was talking
Yeah.
about earlier. Is like we big on like the OG energy. Like we got certain OGs that like you know we'd be excited to tap in. Like if we get new relationships, like you know certain people that's been in the game. Like damn, this dude got some information. Somebody young might not really understand or peep like how important that is, but like that's something that for us it's like exciting to be able to tap in with some of these legends that's been out here moving and doing their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Gotta be able to soak it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely call me back when y'all on the negative vibe too.
We can get on that
No,
right
we gonna
now.
we gonna hit you on the low vibration too.
We
But
can-
if it's something you want to talk about, fuck it. Let's talk, man. We you know
get
this
me
is our
started.
shit, man. We
Get me
you know what I
started.
mean? This ain't no Radio 1 shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I'm tired of the fake busy stuff, man.
Thank
Oh,
you.
the
Thank
fake
you.
busy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk
That's-
about it.
come
We
on.
talked
Come on,
about it
man.
last joint, but I ain't go crazy.
Yeah,
I
the
told him I
fake-
said I ain't going the way I
Oh
wanted
my
to.
god, the fake busy.
The fake busy vibe.
Yeah, like that's the thing, man. And I'm like, man, we all got our obligations and stuff, but you could carve out some time for something that you know what I mean.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
And the
Talk
worst part
it,
about
man.
the fake busy motherfuckers is they always show you how they move. And then they get fake busy. So you be like, bro, I just was with you. I know you. I know how you move. I know you fake busy in me right now, nigga. I was with you.
Man, we just sat down.
Yeah, I know how you move.
Man, listen, bro.
Like that'd be the craziest shit. They'll show you. I be like, bro, that's
You just telling me I ain't a priority to you. That's
Yeah.
that's how I've been looking at it lately. It's like, all right, I ain't a priority. I'm gonna holler at
and
another
what I'm
person.
learning now is just tables always turn, man. They turn.
Always.
Yeah, that's
So just,
always.
But man, yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna.
There's a lot of stuff on my.
Yeah, I know.
This shit go dark real fast.
Yeah.
Like you take it left. I'm with you, man.
Nah, because that's real. It's really like, you know, we give people that grace all the time. Like I be trying to be the positive guy. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it gets to a point where it's just too much. It's like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, how many days in a row are you this fucking busy?
Yeah. Right.
It don't make no sense.
All
You don't
day,
got 5-10 minutes for me?
24/7.
Add value.
Yeah, like, and people that like exactly
And
that
then
got
when
some motion that add value to what you doing. Like we want to make you look good while we working doing our thing together. You know what I mean?
And then when they need something from you, that fake busy shit is out the window, bro. They're
forget about
available as fuck.
Forget about
They right
it.
there. You like, ain't no way you
On
just
all
hit me with all
levels.
the busy shit.
On all levels, by the way.
Yeah,
On all levels.
That's just crazy.
I done had this, man, listen.
Yeah.
My phone been ringing crazy, then that shit get cold when you, yeah, man, listen, man.
That's
Trust
how
me.
it go.
Trust me. Yeah, shit crazy.
Yeah. Y'all guys keep doing your thing, man.
No. I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man.
Even with the podcast, you just keep doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go. I tune in because I take from it.
But shit, man, you already know I'm gonna be on your line. I just wanted to tap you in.
All right, perfect, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, for sure.
Sure, bro.
All right, bro. I'm gonna hit you.
It's always good when you got a good business partner, man.
Yeah, no, that's my
the
brother,
funny thing,
man.
I be thinking about when he was talking about business partner, I got scarred young
Yeah.
when it came to the business partner shit, because you know when I was young, I was trying to do this hustle. I had a little hustle, and my homeboy was with me, and man, so I'll tell a quick story right quick. We were selling CDs in high school. I used to sell CDs. So I used to go and get like a piece of paper, and then I would get like somebody in class or something like, yo, what songs you like? And I'll have them write all the hot songs. And then I'll go home and compile it, get it off LimeWire, compile it. And then I started doing customs. So I'd be like, you give me a list of what you want on your CD, I'm going to burn it, right?
Yeah, no, that's a good hustle.
So yeah, we killing shit.
Yeah,
so I bring my homeboy in. We good. And this nigga, it was a nigga named Kelvin. He used to he used to say he was my brother and shit. I don't know, never knew why, but we used to always be together though, like some best friend type shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, this nigga start selling the CDs with me.
Yeah.
And you know, I come in the hallway. This girl comes and she says, I ain't fucking with you no more because y'all selling blank CDs. So I said, what? So I go check her CD, ain't nothing on it. So the other CD, ain't nothing on it. This man is getting the list from people, getting a blank pack of CDs, and just selling them CDs. And you know we in school, so they can't check it till they get home. So they got the money. I'm like, bro, but we still in school, you crazy nigga. We gotta come back. This was the pool. Man, that shit was the worst. So yeah, man, it's always important to check who your business partner is, because that nigga was doing some bad business, man. He had,
so y'all just giving them the Memorex.
He was giving them the Memorex with the case, with the colors on it, man.
Yeah,
that shit was the worst,
make
bro.
Your own vibe.
Ain't nobody want to buy no CDs after that from us no more, bro. He put the whole company under. Put the company under before it was a company.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I think it's funny you talking about this selling the CDs, because I used to be really bad with like the candy shit. I think they used to set us up with that, bro. Like just let a kid bring a fucking box of chocolates to the house. And just be like, yeah, just get these off and then just bring us the money.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I used to like, you know what I mean? I tried to be good, like, all right, I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna put the $1 in. Or whatever.
You get high your own supply.
Yeah, like
so I knew
I was not. I wasn't built for that.
Hey, he took that shit back and they was like, "Hey, hold on, wait. We get you 32 candy bars."
I got on the debt list. I couldn't. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
Hey, yeah, you was tripped out with that one. But
but
I
grew
definitely
from
feel
that.
you.
I learned from it.
You, though. I
learned from it. You know what I mean? I learned from it, and you know,
early days of business, man. Learning shit.
Progressed properly. I ain't that type of guy.
He was digging in his own stash.
Though. Come on, man. You bring like
what? It's all stash. They give you a whole big box of Snickers, and they used to have it separated too. It used to be like M&M's, Snickers, all kind of shit. Yeah.
Anyway, but that's
just
important though. Seriously, like having a good partner, like you know what I mean, Mone. We hit it off. You know, shout out to my brother Will. Used to do all the creative director shit with Meek. Like he y'all met, and cause he was the one moving around with Will early on, and we linked up. You know what I'm saying? And man, he's been rocking, bro. We just figuring this shit out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And we making some good strides and making some good plays and figuring it out. But he's been super, super solid. You know what I mean? And like you said, we just been learning. Like your point,
each level,
you got to keep learning. Like I mastered the engineer shit. Bro. It's like when Jordan retired and said, "Yo, I'm gonna go play baseball," because he like, what the fuck else can I prove to you, bro?
Y'all haven't
what else can I prove to you?
Yeah,
I'm the man in the chair.
Yeah,
let me go in more on this other shit that I started figuring out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so and that's what it is. And I think it's gonna be the same story. I think we're gonna get to that level of mastery with this, you know, putting these records together, running pub companies, you know, putting people in position. We didn't help change a lot of people's lives, put a lot of plays together. You know what I'm saying? Helped a lot of producers, put a lot of writers in certain plays and things like that. And I think it's only gonna just benefit us just being solid the whole way. You know what I'm saying? Being solid and really, you know, helping put a lot of fly shit together. Like even, you know, we just had a release come out. We were a part of basically the whole shit because we put the engineer in the chair. Yeah. We, you know, put a couple writers in the play. We put a couple producers. We signed a couple of the ones and had them on the project. So it's like bro, that's just like, that's our regular shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of like where it's at. But, you know, the bigger picture is, like I say, man, my blueprint is Jimmy.
Yeah.
My blueprint is Jimmy. Like, I ain't stopping until, you know, he showed me it's possible from being the intern at Rock the Mic to being to that level. I ain't playing with y'all.
Yeah.
I ain't playing with y'all. Like,
Nah, you right.
Hey, Trav, man, you put me down with one of your OGs.
Ain't my OG. Don't
So-
feel
Nah, but listen,
because
had
look, we go through the internet and it be so many people giving advice and just talking about the industry on the internet. So
Yeah.
I just happen to come across his stuff from time to time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But what you think?
What do you think? You think he got something
Like,
in there he talking about?
Like,
Let's
play
play something real quick.
Let's listen.
Two things is gonna happen when you're a person who want to be in the music industry or the entertainment business, right? It's two things what's gonna go down. It's either you're gonna invest in yourself with your own money, or people gonna invest in you. Now, both is okay. It's based on what you're gonna do with the situation when you allow somebody else to invest in you. Now, what comes with people investing in you is that pride, ego, distortion, destruction. You know, you owe them your life. All these type of things can come with that situation. Can come, or you could be a person who signed a strategic contract and put your work ethic in, and then pay them back what you owe them, and then rearrange your contract or have a different agreement with your contract.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of
Yeah, it's weird what he's saying. It's kind of
nah he's coming from the
yeah. He's coming from the little
yeah,
jaded,
sounds-
the little jaded side.
sounds by what is it? YYBY? Sounds YYBY.
Yeah, I think it was.
Give him his proper credit just in case if he come at your neck.
Sheep, man. Let me stop.
Sounds from YYBY. He did say a couple things. I ain't gonna lie. There's
What
a
you
lot of. It's interesting.
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
put it like that. But he did say some things that's critical of like be careful. You know what I mean? What you're getting into.
Mhm.
The fact of owing somebody your life is insane.
Yeah, I feel like I was gonna wait to get to
Yeah, because the thing is like it's again going back to what I keep preaching is like being educated and understanding what you're getting into with certain situations. It is true that if you can invest in yourself, invest in your own craft, you know, on your come up, and not having the liability or responsibility to pay people back, you know what I mean? It's definitely going to be easier for you. It's not an easy task, obviously, you know, but if you are grinding, you're hustling, and you're putting money in the right places, it's definitely more attainable. You know what I mean? Of a goal of like, all right, I did my own thing. I put myself on, put myself in position, and I don't owe people anything.
Yeah.
But what he's talking about with like owing somebody your life and like that just sounds like that argument I had of like the people that are the most ignorant get the most like aggressive and have these insane demands and you know like come right at your neck and you know I don't argue with fools like you know what I mean?
Because the clip is coming from what it seems to be. It seems to be coming from a more biased standpoint when you use context clues like, oh, your life and stuff like that. And so it seems kind of like he probably has trust issues through his journey or whatever he's been through in music. So maybe that's why he explained it that way. But
could be.
In reality, like when people have that kind of notion, that shit be fucking me up because I don't really like that shit. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because they be scaring a lot of young people to make them think that if you sign this paperwork, you might really end up owing your life. You know what I'm saying? And they might end up owning you. And it's like these so it's like a certain perspective. But then what he's saying, but then I also feel what he's trying to say with the either you're investing in you and somebody's investing in you. But then there's also a third option, which is both, which you're investing in you and someone's investing in you. You know what I mean? So that's also an option that could happen. And what I don't like is I don't like how people are scared to borrow money when it comes to like a corporate business or something like that. And they're like, hey, I want to do it myself. I'm going to get to this level or that level and I'm going to build it up myself. But the person that they're inspiring or the person that's inspiring them to take this journey didn't do it themselves. They
leaned on.
They got
resources.
a loan or got some kind of investor or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's how you really cross the threshold. Because if you want to make millions, then typically somebody else is investing in making those millions with you. It's not just I put my own money up, I make all the millions back. I know I've never really seen millions being made that way. It's always a division coming back when it's big money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at some point something was split up and invested in together before it got to there. You know what I'm saying?
And also the more critical part of everything he was saying was the agreements, the paperwork, the black and white, keep everybody honest.
But see, I feel like he didn't emphasize how.
Yeah.
I feel like he did. I feel like he kind of made it seem like if you get somebody invest with you, you don't have control over that. You could just stick it out and take a shitty deal, and then eventually you might be able to trade your deal.
Right.
When it's like, no, you can negotiate from this first time that they give you money.
Yeah, like
you could get a
smartest way.
A okay situation from the first time you know what I mean? You could get what you want from the first time. You don't have to renegotiate. You don't have to take a bad deal, but it's like it was coming from such a perspective of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it did seem like from a place of hurt, and also like, you know, again, just to correct or rearrange some of that aggression or you know, him making that point, which everybody have their 2 cents, especially nowadays. But the paperwork is critical in all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like having things in writing, having things in black and white is critical.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? We've had relationships where it doesn't matter. I've known Cannon for however many years. When we approached him about doing this show and me and you got together, one of the first things we did before we, you know, shot one frame was let's get the paperwork together. You know what I'm saying?
Do
like
the business.
and do the business. So it's very important. So just saying that to say, like, you know, my man has some good information, but definitely, like you said, it was a little aggressive on the topic of
it's like,
you know, selling your life away.
Like the example I kind of would use is it's like buying a car, right?
Yeah.
You can get any type of car. Like you could get and you can get them in multiple ways. You know what I mean? Like you could lease a car, you can buy it brand new, or you can lease in return, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you could what's the lease, and you lease I guess a different type of lease, but
like
you lease and you keep it.
Yeah.
Lease to
like,
buy, and then you could lease to return.
Yeah.
Right? So growing up, my dad leased all his cars. He only leased them. And then he'd always get a new truck.
He would always have the new shit.
He always have the new shit, right?
Yeah.
But then there are people who use their own money and they go buy a car. So they have to keep the car longer because they own it. They can't turn it in as quick. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things. So while they might have bought that car new and had the money, the cash to do what they had to do, in 10 years, now you have a bucket and you're stuck with this bucket in the 10 to 15 years or whatever, right? But the guy who didn't pay for the car the whole way has the brand new car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I look at like kind of taking money and borrowing money the same way. It's like the guy who doesn't want to get the loan take the money for the studio and all this other stuff typically has the down home studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're gonna have the down, like you may not have the top notch. So you kind of got to make a decision whether you want to be this guy with the taking this money and then, hey, I'm gonna be responsible enough to put it back. But it does come with different luxuries. Versus, hey man, we getting out the mud and I only got this and we're just using our own income and now we're in this rinky-dink studio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different. It's different ways of handling it. So I don't think there's no right or wrong when it comes to taking money. I think it's how you gonna see it. But I think if you're coming at it with, I don't want them to own my life, then I think you're not giving yourself a fair shot at actually getting money from the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, I know that probably came from experience, like crazy.
Dealing with shit.
Dealing with some crazy shit. So, like, you know, I definitely, you know what I mean?
He seems like he's been doing it, like been around the industry or whatever he's been doing for a while.
Yeah.
To where it could be different games and, you know.
Exactly. Because your environment, you could come from, like I say, like people that just don't have a clue.
Yeah.
That's trying to game you, that may have a little more leverage just because they got a little more money or whatever the case.
They could show you a studio or something.
Yeah, and try to like put some game on you. But, you know, be smart, man. Be smart out here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Black and white. Keep them honest.
Yeah. Ask who owns it. Look for ownership. Look for like the things that aren't visible. Look for those things, and then you'll start to realize, okay, this is how you make money in this shit. This who's really making money. This is why I would go sign here. This is why I would do this. You know, like some people do publishing deals. Some people don't. You know what I'm saying? Some people get a publishing deal and it changes their life, and they get $300,000 to $400,000 from a publishing deal, and they go buy a fast food restaurant. And when the industry collapses on them, they are straight and they can go. You know what I mean? But they never recouped on their publishing deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there are people who recoup every time on their publishing deal and don't have any other outside businesses and solely, you know what I mean? So it's up to you knowing who you are, your work ethic, what you're gonna do, how you're gonna handle it. Everything is like nuance, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But just don't think that if somebody's coming and they say, "Hey, I'm offering you this big bag," because this is the thing, it scares people. They be like, "Oh, well, they want to give you $3 million. They stealing your life. That's wrong. Why would they want to give you? It's something else there." But it's like you don't know how much money that person could make off of giving you that $3 million. They might, you know what I mean, be making 15 off of that. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean that. Did that mean they fucked you?
Yeah, nah.
You get what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I mean?
It's just ways of like preparing yourself for these type of relationships and opportunities, and being, like I say, being educated, having the resources. Anybody could get a lawyer, bro. Anybody could get a lawyer. Anybody could get
read a book,
counsel, get educated. You know, and I keep saying it, like, you know, like I sound like a broken record, but it's the only way, bro. Like, how else are you gonna get the knowledge, get the information? You know, we all have access to this, and it's no excuse to be, you know, caught up in a situation and be like, I ain't know no better. Like, you know what I mean? Or be that desperate that you put yourself in a predicament to be, you know, down and out.
Don't be taking everybody's
took
advice.
A bad deal.
And don't be taking everybody's advice off the internet shit. Don't even take our advice without checking it. Shit,
Man,
check our shit. Double check what we tell you, because we know we telling you the real shit.
Check
so
the car
you
facts.
can check what we saying.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But check what everybody's saying, because you can get some jaded information, man, and that shit can really. And the information that how you hold it in your mind might help you make a certain decision. You know what I mean? Like, one time I was in a meeting with an artist, and they were trying to get. He's a new artist, fresh new artist. And they were putting all this money up behind them, and they were trying to get what's that lady who what's her name? I can't think of it. Not Karen Civil. They were gonna get Karen Civil to sign up as a new artist, and they're pitching Karen Civil to the new artist. And the artist responds and says, "Oh, I don't want to work with her because I watched a video on YouTube and it said she owes Cameron some money." He don't know Cameron. He don't know Karen Civil or nobody close to any of them.
Oh, they were trying to get her to rep him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And he basically told them he didn't want it because he had watched a video on YouTube that said that of her owing Cameron some money. So he don't want to get did that same way. And what it ended up doing was it made everybody in the room look at him like a fool. Yeah. Because they're like, nigga, you don't know Cameron. You don't know Karen Civil. You haven't had your own experiences with this person. But yet you've taken somebody's advice off the internet who probably ain't even Cameron. It's probably somebody talking about a video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now you've made a decision for your own career based on which is, to me, which wasn't a good decision. Yeah. But you made a decision based off that, which is silly as fuck. But I seen people do that shit off the internet, bro.
Yeah, that internet shit's crazy.
Yeah, so watch who you taking that advice from, man.
Man, please, man. Be careful out here, bro.
Yeah, not to say bro's advice is wrong, because he might have good advice on good days.
Like I say,
it could be the day. You know what I mean? It could be the day, the scenario, the person. It might align for you. You might want to go the same route he took. He might be the type of person you are. So you never know. You know what I mean? What the advice? Like, you can't shit on anybody's advice.
Yeah, I give him his grace on just like he's speaking from his perspective, and he have his opinion on things, and he's speaking from what he's dealt with. But again, number one is that paperwork. Especially if you're dealing with some money and you trying to spark a relationship or trying to go into business, make it very clear what you're looking to get out of it. What each of your responsibilities are, like knowing what each person is liable for, like black and white, bro. Black and white. I can't say it enough, but
because once it's in that ink, that's when it gets real.
Man, listen.
That's when you got to abide by it. Before then, you could change it. You could do all this, that red line and everything. But once the ink is dry,
I ain't gonna lie.
You'll be on the internet complaining.
But listen, we're gonna button this up, man.
Okay.
It's another episode of Hidden
Yes,
Hands.
sir.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I mean? Appreciate my brother Mone for tapping in with us today.
Yes, sir.
I think we touched on some great shit, and when man, look out for the next episode, y'all. Appreciate y'all support. You know what I mean? Definitely drop some comments. Let us know if it's anything you want us to talk about, anything you want us to go over. You know, we want to get more interactive with our base, with people that's tuning in. We getting a lot of good feedback. And again, man, we just appreciate y'all, man. We building. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure, man.
Cruz and Trav, we signing off.
Yep.
All right. Peace.